Hey guys, welcome back to the Snap Ring Chronicles. Today we have another Ratchet video. It's a Williams M-52A USA. And before we start, if you appreciate this type of content, if you find it helpful, please give me a like and share and subscribe. I would appreciate that. Okay, this is Williams 1/4" drive round head ratchet. If you look back on my other videos, I have a few Williams videos, but they're more vintage. A lot older stuff. I probably have maybe like 4 or 5 other Williams ratchet videos. But this I think is the only one that's current. This you can still buy. You can actually buy this ratchet today. It's available on Amazon. Okay, here's a look at the handle. It's knurled. Pretty aggressive knurling on it. And that's the profile. Side view. Bottom. Okay, let's open it up. Has the usual coil ring, retention ring on the anvil side of the ratchet. Okay, that's what the ring looks like. It's the usual coil ring. Okay, you push up on the anvil and you slide the mechanism out. And here are the teeth. I think that they advertise this as a fine tooth ratchet, and I haven't counted them. I'll put it in the description how many teeth there are, but I would say off the top of my head there's probably 40 teeth here. Thick walls on the head. You see how thick it is there, so that adds to the strength. And that's what the teeth look like. This ratchet's pretty brand new. Here's your mechanism. 2 pawls, which is pretty strong. Each pawl has 2 teeth, which is okay because they're 2 pawls, and this is a 1/4" drive, so I'm not expecting to be able to super torque this. It would be foolish to super torque a 1/4". So 2 teeth and 2 pawls it's plenty strong. The one thing that got me was the ball detent. You see how kind of off the mark they peened it? That was a little strange. Just like they kind of peened it a little bit off there. It works though. Okay, to take this apart, what I usually do is whatever you see the pawls that are up, are sticking up, I press them down. I press them down simultaneously, and then I spin the switch, not all the way around, but just till the detents are like under this post here. Both of the detents. This one, This one's all the way underneath, but you see it sticking, peeking out there. So you put the detents underneath this post to hold them down. See it sticking up there, sticking out. Okay. And since they ain't much, I usually pull it out, but there ain't much to grab on here, so I'm gonna have to get a magnet. To give me some, okay. I think I pulled it out too much. The detent and spring went flying. Okay, hold on till I find them. I'll be back. Okay, luckily I did find them. That's the spring and the detent. They're tiny. I'm lucky I found them. And underneath the detent there's a hole. It's partially hollow, and the spring just goes in the hole. And I say again, whenever you pull this out, be careful. Don't yank it out, because like you just saw, those the spring and the detent is just gonna go flying. And something that small, that tiny, you'd be lucky if you find it again. Okay, now here's the second detent. It's peeking out there, so what I do is I cover it with my fingers and I slide it out. Okay, and there you go. Spring. And the detent. Oh, here's the switch. It has a hole in the rear and a hole in the front of the switch for the detents and springs. Okay, here are your pawls and the post pins, and I just shake them out. That's what the pin looks like. It's pretty thin, but it's a 1/4 inch, so everything's kind of small. Here's the pawl, tiny pawl, 2 teeth. It's the other pin. And the other pawl. Here's the housing for the mechanism. The 2 channels for the pawls. They kind of offset the pawls. They're not side by side. One's more towards the switch and one is more towards the anvil. Okay, to put this back together, you drop your pawl in, you center the hole, get Get your pin. See if we can center the hole a little bit better. Pin, drop it in. Get your next pawl. Try to center that one. It might take a little finagling to get the pins in. Okay, your pins are in, your pawls are set. Okay, now you're gonna take the hole in the rear is gonna go under this pawl in the rear next to the anvil. You take your spring and plunger or detent. You put it in the hole there, like it's against the wall there, but it's going towards that pawl that's close to the anvil. And you press it in and you stick it in, but not all the way. You don't want to stick it in all the way yet. Then you want to pull this a little bit to where that hole for the closer pawl, the pawl next to the switch. You still have to put the plunger and spring in there. And this is where you might want to use a little tweezer or something to get that in there, because it's so small and there's not a lot of space in here. So you get that like that. You get something to push it down with, and you just push it all the way in. You check to see if it's switching. It's switching okay. Okay, you drop. I guess this is asymmetrical, so I guess you can go either way, but I just put the switch side of the mechanism to where the letters are, like the way it came. And I drop it in there. Take the ring. Get it started around the lip, and I mash it all the way around. You hear the click. You see, make sure it's secure, and you test it out. See if it's switching. Yep, it's switching pretty good. Okay, that's the teardown of the Williams M-52A USA 1/4" drive ratchet. Okay guys, so long.